Good morning. This is the day the Lord has made, so let us rejoice and be glad in it. I am Pastor Mary Ann Kellenbach, pastor at Living Faith Church, which is located in the community of tradition in the city of Port St. Lucie in the state of Florida. And today is Friday, and I believe the date is October the 15th, 2021. We are nearing the date in which in Florida we say, oh, the weather starts to really cool down, the humidity goes away. Our friend's mother told us many years ago what that date was, and Carl and I just can't seem to remember what it was that she had said. So we're going to be on the lookout. Is it October 15th? Was it October 17th? Not too sure. But this is the day the Lord has made. And so how blessed are we on this Friday, October the 15th? No matter where we are, we remember that we are God's and that we belong to God. And that's what we've been focusing on this week as we continue on in understanding who we are, who God is, and how God owns everything. And we are stewards, we are managers, we are caretakers of this earth. We're focusing this week, on the earth and caring for the earth. We dwell in that mystery, don't we, in understanding, even though we want to be the center of everything and we think we really are in charge of our lives. Yes, God does give us charge over pieces of our life, and God also does give us charge over the garden to care for it. But we have to remember that first and foremost, everything belongs to God. We are the caretakers. We don't own. So I think that's what I'm trying to say in all of this is we are not the owners. We are the caretakers. And I love that that understanding of who we are. Whether we realize it or not doesn't matter, right? Once we realize it, we can truly care for what belongs to God, more so than when we don't understand it. But the key here is that God truly is the creator and the sustainer and the revealer of who we are. And we didn't create ourselves. God created us. We dwell in that mystery, especially yesterday when we looked at the prologue, right? In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. He was in the beginning with God. All things came into being through him, and without him not one thing came into being. And without him not one thing came into being, and that includes us. Sometimes when we stand on the seashore, we can dwell in the mystery of the vastness of this world, the vastness of all that God has created, both under the sea, on the ocean, on the dry land, and in the air. I had been given this gift. I'm going to try and see if I can get it close there for you to be able to see. It is what's called a sea bean. And if you go, I'm trying to get that. And if you go to the beaches here on the east coast of Florida, you'll find these sea beans. You'll find different types of sea beans. This one it's referred to as a hamburger bean because notice, kind of looks like two buns and a burger in the middle. And the type of bean is actually called, so I'm probably not going to pronounce it properly, but it's mucuna, M-U-C-U-N-A. So I don't know if I'm pronouncing that properly. But it's not native to Florida. It's absolutely not native to Florida. And yet you will find these on our beaches. How can that be? How can that possibly be? Where do they originate from? Well, originally this particular type, which is the thick-banded hamburger bean or mucuna, is thought to have come from originally Jamaica. Well, it was in Jamaica. That plant is now extinct and no longer in Jamaica. So then we're curious as to, well, then where does it come from? Where does it come from? And what has been discovered over the years is that it comes from either South America or Central America, or even Mexico. And many believe that it actually came from the riverbeds in the Amazon. What is it that brings this to our beach? How is it that this bean comes to our beaches here in Florida and can go as far north as Cape Cod? Usually very rare sightings for them to go above Cape Hatteras if they even make it that far north. Very much. You'll go to our beaches and you will find these on our beaches. How do they get here? They get here from the Gulf Stream. They fall into the water, and then the Gulf Stream carries them up, and they come ashore onto our beaches. And what this reminds me of is the vastness of our world, the mystery in which something from Costa Rica or Brazil or Argentina can make it all the way up here. There are some beans that land on our beach that comes from Africa. I mean, how many times this summer have we heard that we're going to have hazy conditions because of the Sahara dust that is being carried across the Atlantic Ocean to Florida? We are connected, and this is a reminder of our connection to each other and to the entire planet, all humanity, all of creation. We don't exist alone. And this bean reminds me, this sea bean reminds me of that. This actually was given to me by a yoga teacher, Debbie, many years ago, and it sits on my dresser drawer. So every evening on my dresser, as I go to sleep at night, I think about the interconnectivity of all of us, the community, this world. We are stewards, not just of the environment that is around us physically, but of the entire world. A burp happens on one side of the world and we feel the effect on this side. And we can easily forget that. Something joyous happens on one side of creation. We can see it and feel it on this side of the world of creation. On this day, as you go forward, I invite you at some point, if you live on the Atlantic shores, especially if you're here in Florida, go out, look for these beans. Remember just how connected we are, just how connected that in the water currents, anything is able to wash ashore, where we are reminded that we are together, that we are stewards. We are able to dwell in the mystery of our amazing God who has created everything, including us and our ability to think, to feel. On this day, look around and just see how connected you are to this world. And remember that all of this has been entrusted to us to be co-creators and co-caretakers with our Lord. And I will see you back here tomorrow for Contemplative Saturday. Blessings.